Welcome to 18th Century Libraries Online. This database contains over 200,000 individual records relating to subscription libraries in the 18th century Atlantic between 1731 and 1801. This includes data on people, books, and borrowing activity. In this short video, we'll show you how to get started with a simple search. You can navigate to the simple search by selecting the tab at the top of the page. In our database, data is arranged under three categories: people, who we call agents, books, which we call works, and libraries. If you would like to understand more about these terms and what they mean, you can read up on this in our glossary and data manual document, which is stored under Getting Started. You'll also find a very short introduction to subscription libraries under the About menu. Let's begin by searching for a person. The database contains two groups of people, library members and authors. Begin by selecting agent and typing either their first name or their surname into the search box. Selecting the option for all words will search for the word within the person's first name or surname. So my search for Joseph has brought up any agent whose first name or surname is Joseph. Names must be written in full without any wildcards such as asterisks. So this is a great option if you're just exploring the records for the first time. Selecting the option for any word is particularly useful if you are unsure of spelling, as you can use an asterisk here. In my example, searching for John with an asterisk has brought up all agents named John, but also those with the surname Johnson. Selecting exact phrase is best used when you're looking for a specific individual. The name must be entered here as surname, comma, space, first name. So I'm going to search for Benjamin Franklin. Now, people who are library members have this indicated by a pile of books. People who are authors have this indicated by the icon of the pen. As you can see here, Benjamin Franklin has both, and that's because he's both a library member and an author. A very small number of people appear within the database as known relatives of library members. These individuals have no icon attached to their name. Now that I've found my record, I can navigate it by clicking on it. On the right-hand side, I can view an agent's biographical details, including their occupation and any library memberships or books authored, and any related persons. All of the underlined text is linked to other records, so do feel free to click through and explore. If you'd like to know more about these fields and how we've researched them, make sure to view the glossary and data manual document under Getting Started. This will make sure that you understand the limitations of the data and the opportunities for further research. You can also explore this person's borrowing records if they're available. For library members, this is where you can see which books they borrowed, when, and for how long. For authors, like Benjamin Franklin, this table shows us which of their books were borrowed, by whom, where from, and for how long. We'll explore how you might want to use this information in another video. Now let's search for a book. Select Works and type a single word into the search box. Let's say that you want to search for all books with Britain in the title. Typing Britain into the search box and selecting the option for any word will bring up books with Britain in the title. However, you may want to expand your search to include British. Selecting the option for any word and typing Brit followed by an asterisk will generate a much larger set of results, including all books with Britain, British, and any other variation in their title. Selecting the option All Words will allow you to search for multiple words that appear in the same title. So typing Britain and history brings up any books with both of these words in the title. If you're sure that you know the exact title of the book that you're looking for, such as History of England, you might want to search using exact phrase. Once you've found a book, you can select it on the left-hand side and then navigate it from the menus on the right-hand side. Clicking on the author's details tells us more about the author, including which of the texts they've written, and where they were held, and whether they were borrowed. You can also see which editions of this book are known to have been held by the libraries in our database. Clicking on their ESTC record will take you through to the English Short Title Catalogue hosted by the British Library, where you can learn more. Clicking on the Held by Libraries banner tells us which of the libraries held this particular work. Finally, clicking on the Borrowing Records tab shows us all borrowing records associated with Hume's History of England. Our final simple search is for a library. Select Libraries, and on this page, you can browse the list of libraries in the database, selecting the one that interests you. If you're looking for a particular library, begin by typing a single word into the search box. Let's say you want to search for all libraries that have Philadelphia in the title. Typing Philadelphia into the search box and selecting the option for all words will bring up the following results. Again, you can use the Any Word option if you're unsure of spellings. I'm now going to search for New York. And I'm going to take a look at the New York Society Library. Here we can see some general information about the library, including where it is, when it was founded, whether it had women members, and whether or not it still exists. You can also see the surviving records that we have for this library. These are usually membership lists, catalogues, and other institutional records that we've used to populate the database. By clicking through each of the banners, I can see information on the New York Society Library's members, including their occupation and education details. By clicking on the books held, we can see the books listed in the library's catalogues. And at the bottom, by clicking on borrowing records, I can see the surviving borrowing information for the library. All of this data is exportable using the links above, and you can export in your preferred format to manipulate this offline. You can also use the custom search builder to filter out results before you download them. This is especially useful if the data is quite large. If you'd like to see how to use these filters, check out the video on how to use the rank tables feature. This brings you to the end of simple searches. For more information about searching and downloading data for your own use, check out our other videos.